Use FINALNET for 5 good reasons. 1, FINALNET is not an aerosol. It's concentrated with a hold that really lasts. 2, it holds without stickiness. 3, it goes where you want it. 4, FINALNET has no aerosol propellants. 5, this much FINALNET goes as far as this much aerosol. Use non-aerosol FINALNET. It's as easy as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Episode 1 of the comic movie hit of the season. Bill Cosby is picked. We need you, Leonard, to save the world.
But I have nothing to wear.
Armed only with a combat Porsche, under our missiles and a very fast ostrich, will he save the day? Find out for yourself. See the world's favorite funny man, Bill Cosby.
All right.
In Leonard, Part 6, an adventure in comedy, rated PG. Leonard Part 6 starts Friday at select theaters.
First Matchbox Speed Track made racing history with Race a Chase. Then they made headlines with Turbo RPS. But time marches on. Now, Speed Track introduces Slipstream Racing. Slipstream Racing, the first slot set with an automatic lane-changing pace car. With fast driving, you can keep out in front of the pace car so you don't get blocked. With fast thinking, you can force the pace car into your opponent's lane so he's blocked. Slipstream Racing, one small step for Speed Track, one giant step for racing.
60.
40.
20.
60, 40, 20. Oil Control Deep Cleanser. Keep skin oil-free longer than you thought possible.
How oily your skin is tells you how many seconds to leave it on. My skin's oily. I need 60 seconds.
For my oily skin, 40's fine.
On again, off again. It tingles, but it doesn't dry out my skin.
Try 60, 40, 20 for yourself.
It really does keep oil away longer, and it loves your face.
Ever feel like you're on a date all by yourself?
Get close, get closer.
When your husband says, I love you, does he yell it from across the room?
Get close, get closer.
Only Certs has flavor crystals and retsin for great taste and fresh breath that lasts over an hour. So if your sweetheart serenades you from long distance,
get close, get closer.
Schmitz, one beautiful beer. Schmitz is a dry beer, a mellow beer, a hearty beer, blended into one beer, a light, bright, fun beer. Schmitz, one beautiful beer. Is a dry beer, a mellow beer, a hearty beer, blended into one beer, a light, bright, fun beer. Schmitz, one beautiful beer.
Schmitz of Philadelphia, one beautiful beer.
K-Tail's making waves, sound waves with sensational Diana Ross.
I said upside down, you're turning me.
Rocky Burnett. The sound waves sizzle with Pat Benatar, Pure Prairie League, and Jermaine Jackson. Robbie Dupree. Wave after wave with Air Supply, the Spinners.
America's been waiting for a family show about a real family.
Maybe you're just old-fashioned. Yeah, maybe.
A show that reveals the joys and the sorrows.
You better all dig down and find your pennies, because this family could be in deep financial trouble.
The triumphs and the defeats of real people.
Mary, would you lay off him? He's just trying to do his job.
The Bradfords are the family. 8 is Enough is the show. Right after Happy Days and Laverne and Shirley.
Don't come near me.
Thursday, John Amos, Ernest Borgnine, and the cop of the future are set up by a girl on the edge. Then a new puppy brings Chrissy and Jack closer together.
Yeah, there's nothing a girl likes more than a little tickle on the tummy.
Knock it off!
Three's Company after Future Cop and Barney Miller.
Connor's back, and the welcome wagon is loaded with sweat hogs. Watch Welcome Back Connor, weeknights at 7:30 on KPTV 12, Portland.
Thank you, Tranny Bonaducci.
What up, Tranny Bonaducci? It's Harry Prostate. It's Monday. I mean, it's Friday night. You know what that means. It's time for the Creem Streem. And Chigon was asking earlier, Miss Becca is not going to be joining us tonight because her man landed on the runway.
Awesome.
Yeah. And so they're trying to make another baby. So right now, not this very second.
We provide sexy
No, I'm just kidding, man. I'm just kidding. But you know, hey.
They're trying to scratch each other's back real hard.
Wow.
That was wrong of me to say. Sorry about that.
It's fine. No, it's not, man. There is nothing you can't say here. I'm just saying, because I've said it all, right? All right. Man, you know, it's like, in my, so right now, my monitor thing that I've been using to see how the show looks on, everything, ODYSEE and YouTube and all that stuff. The browser was just not just plugging into anything, right? And it just all of a sudden happened, right? And I did have an update yesterday with Windows, and apparently Chrome had updated too. So I had to reinstall Chrome twice, and I had to take it off of. I had to download it on one computer and then put it on a thumb drive and start to do it like that. Anyway, make a long story short. And now it's still malfunctioning. So I don't know what the fuck. I can see Twitch. I can see DLive. I cannot see YouTube nor ODYSEE, which is weird because ODYSEE loaded up like a mother. No, well, hold on. All right, now I'll say that. Maybe it'll work for me now. Yeah, maybe it won't. So with that being said, how's everybody doing? A is for Asherella, and I see we having more trouble here.
She have mic issues. She
It's just
thinks
go ahead.
Yeah, the server itself.
But only this channel.
Mm-hmm. The channel itself. There you go. You don't have her server muted, do you, Ivory? I'm just
No,
joking.
man.
I don't.
Let me check. No, I would never do that. I don't do that shit.
I'm using your chat though. I just told everybody to follow someone who looks just like me on Twitter.
That's right. Because it's definitely not you.
No, it's definitely me. Twitter, don't care. You know, we'll see how long this account lasts.
Ash, if you're using like Apple, what?
I got 15 followers. I'm so famous.
Hey, well, you know, it takes time. It takes time.
Yeah. I believe Ash uses a a snowball microphone.
Oh, this is all right. So she's not on the phone. She's doing it through the. Oh wow.
She'd have close.
Yeah, is it through an Apple computer?
See, because I got a weird mic compared to you guys. I got, the Elgato one, so it's like I don't know anybody else with the same one as me. And the settings are, kind of different, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know by how much, but yeah, mine confuses the piss out of me sometimes.
Indeed. Let's say out to some people in the chat, man, while we're before we get rocking and rolling. It's Leo Von Puzel. I saw you earlier, Dr. Functional. Greetings, sir. Hopefully, we'll see each other one Saturday, soon as Bama wins the national championship. Spittle Buggies, of course. How you doing? Nostradamus, what up, man? Outlaw 4115. That's right. Sunday, he's going to be in the chair, and we're going to jam. And then this time next Friday, if he wants to, because it'll be Christmas Eve, but he'll be welcome to join us for our abbreviated version of what we do here. I was thinking about doing an hour-ish here, and then finishing out watching the Santa Claus Conquer the Martians on Twitch and D-Live and Odyssey. Yeah.
We got fucked out of that one that one time, right?
Yeah, no shit. So I was like, we're going to celebrate it by dodging Susan, because Susan likes it when we dodge. We heard something. Yeah, Ash.
Can you guys hear me?
Hell yeah.
We can hear you.
Hey.
Yay.
Okay, so I am on my iPad. I don't know what's going on with my computer, but my Discord audio is working in other voice channels and servers. I don't know, so it's specific to this one. I'm restarting my computer because it's kind of crappy, so who knows? So I'm going to try that in a minute, but at least I'm here.
So the Apple isn't working. So this, are all your stuff Apple?
No, my PC is Windows.
Okay. Well, then I'm completely wrong about that shit, right? Hey, Twitch people. Philip Daniel, of course, Anne Frankenberry. I love that name. Just saying. You know what I figured out? That Count Chocula was the first cereal icon of color.
You know, I love me some Count Chocula, and I just did a video on Count Chocula, but there is a okay, if you guys have watched the reboot season or the newest season of Reno 911, there's this one episode where they're talking about Christmas somebody, some kind of like black, I don't know, icon, historical figure, I can't remember exactly, but then they're talking about Count Chocula, and they're like, oh yeah, it is Count Chocula. I don't know, you gotta watch it. I cannot do it justice.
Yeah.
But if you haven't watched the newest season of Reno 911, you should watch it. Sorry. I think I've said that the past 3 episodes.
Yeah, pretty much. That's fine.
It's good.
I do that kind of shit too, though. I remind myself to remind myself.
Anywho, Count Chocula, yes. I don't think Count Chocula is black, though.
Oh, say to Singed Halo Bubonic for you, of course. Joshua Demers, how you doing, sir? Man Squatch, did I say it to you earlier? Singed Halo, I love your name.
The one I called Singed Halo or Signed Halo that one day.
Fine,
I was having fun.
Buster's Outlaws too. That's right. I'm down with the Outlaws. Man. Green grass and high tides forever. Madness. What happened? All right. So,
maybe madness.
You want to talk about, let's do the weekend review.
Wait, there's still Beard.
Aww.
Oh, hey, Dumb Beard. Out in Twitch land. I see you.
That's where the cool kids hang.
It is, isn't it?
Mm.
Yeah.
Twitchlandia.
Picture looks good, doesn't it? Yeah.
I read up on this huge woman on Twitch.
Oh.
Jeez, oh, Pete. I have to just mess with your head by sending you the little video clip I made of her.
This says that I am not running a stream.
Oh, and Ash, she was complaining that her chair was getting ready to break.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, yeah.
I'm not surprised. That sounds about right.
I said it right before she did, too. She was like, oh, yeah, you could hear it creaking every time I lean back. Like, she's a big lady.
Is she, like, in denial about her bigness? Or is she, like, one of those body positivity people?
No, she seemed pretty cool about it. Like, she was saying that she knows she's big, but also she kept, like, picking up her gut and slapping it on camera, and I thought that was a bit weird.
I'm just a snotty bitch, like...
Wow.
I'll put it in the thing. You guys can all see it.
Man. I love it. I love it. So let's do the weekend review. Oh, wow. Thanks, Trippy.
Yeah, you're...
You made my fucking night there, bro. Just saying.
He gets us so off track, and it makes me feel better about my tangent.
It is cool. Oh, hold on a second.
Go back.
Uzi just walked in the door. Hello,
Yay, Uzi.
Yay. She brings gifts.
Hello.
Yeah, there's Christmas. They're celebrating Christmas tomorrow at her fam.
Yeah, nice.
We had our work Christmas party today.
Yeah.
Well, I say party, like not party. Not party. Our work.
Are you socially distanced and wearing masks and shit?
No, it wasn't a party. It was just like I have like a small office, and it was just like our core staff lunch. But like, I really go, like, when I give gifts, like, I really try to put like thought into it. And even like my coworkers said, I don't care for that much. Like, I really, like, I don't know, if I'm going to spend my money on them, I want to give them something that like they like, that's not just like generic. And I try to be really thoughtful and like unique when I give gifts, and like, not everybody does that. You know what I mean? And that's all I'm going to say.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Well, just like, you know, the standard generic Christmas gift from a colleague is basically what I ended up with today. And I'm not complaining. I'm fortunate to have all the things that I have, but it's just like, I really agonized over some of this stuff, and I realized I shouldn't have.
Boy, look at Vanuka. That's nice. Philip Daniel just said in German, Merry Christmas, Hanukkah. Or maybe that's the word for Hanukkah. Anyway, Fröhliche means happy. So I knew that. The saying for Merry Christmas, the Germans say Merry Christmas, Fröhliche Weihnachten.
That's our Philly D. Philly D.
Who?
Philip Daniel.
Oh yeah, Philly D.
Philly D.
I get you. Yeah. Oh yeah. All right. So Ash, so y'all had your party today. What was the rest of the week? Okay.
Yeah, it was fine. It was, you know, week before holidays. We had a bunch of people from our corporate office in, so that's always like really high stress. But I always feel like I talk about work all the time and like vent about that. But like, I'm so disgruntled. But it was fine. It was fine. I'm still here. I made it through. It was fine.
Indeed.
But, you know, it's always Christmas. I only have to work one day next week, and then I'm on, like, Christmas vacation. I get to go see my family and be away from, you know, my office and work and everything for a week. And I've gotten almost all my Christmas shopping done. Just about everyone. I think I've got a couple things I need to pick up, but I'm really kind of a little bit ahead of where I'm usually like, okay, Christmas Eve, finishing wrapping, because I just got the rest of the gifts on my way to Virginia before Christmas. And I like sort of pick up things here and there starting in the fall, but there's always like last minute stuff. And I'm ahead of my schedule per usual, you know, so I feel like I'm doing good. And I just need to get through the weekend, get through Monday, and then I'm off for a whole week. So that's fantastic.
Yes, it is. I bet you it's good to just chill out and just do your thing.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, see us for Shigon. Hello.
Alexa. Wait, is she yelling at Alexa?
A little bit.
Alexa, play Patty Charlton. I'm sorry.
No,
I'm just sorry.
Are you trying to set off somebody else's Alexa?
The whole chat, just everybody not using headphones.
I don't think it'll work out. Yeah, so
Alexa, tell me a joke.
yeah, so I've just been like I inspect schools, so I've been trying to like pound out a bunch of schools because I was on leave and we have to inspect them by the end of the season and all. So I've just like the last 2 weeks I've been going to so many elementary schools and high schools and whatnot, but I almost got them all done, so I'm so happy.
Yay!
Yay!
Can I?
Yeah.
I was gonna say, can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Okay, how much? Okay, I'm just curious about like people that have like newborns and like little babies, like their first Christmas. Like, how much actual gifts do you buy your baby that's not really aware of what's going on?
Oh, I'm not buying her anything.
Okay. Well, they don't know what's going on, right? So, like, I don't know. I was just curious about that.
Well, I mean, yeah, she's only 3 months now, so like she's gotten a lot of presents.
I was gonna send her a dab bubbler. You don't want one?
Yeah, it'll be her first Christmas, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, so looking forward to that, except that we have like so much planned. Like we're doing something Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, and the next day, and so it'll be a lot.
Yeah.
So I'm taking the next day off, like vacation.
That's right.
I need a It's
a mental health day after that, man.
Yeah, right. But I have a lot of appreciation for mothers. Like, oh my God.
You know,
moms are great. Holy shit.
Well, and you know, it's like
your mom tonight.
You know, even if you're on good terms with your family, it's like they can really, you know, once you move out, you realize, you know, that you know, that situation can't reverse itself, right? And you go back and it's just like, you know, okay, you start counting down how long it's going to take for you to get the fuck out of there. I don't know about you, but you know, that's the way it gets. Well, no, I think it gets that way with everybody though, at some point. You know,
I mean,
maybe 2 or 3 days. You know, it's been like I gotta go, man.
Really close with my mom and my sister, and like I have a great time when I visit them. But you know, you kind of get to a point where you're like, okay, I need to go home. You know, like I need to get back to life.
Yeah.
Like,
what's up, Zuka? Neil, what up, fam?
I don't know if it's the same with like other states, but like Minnesota, we definitely have this like joke where you can't say goodbye. Like the goodbye takes like an hour.
Oh
like,
my God.
When you're like, I'm going now. And it's like,
oh dude, it's worse in the South. Just, you know, in the South, you multiply it by 3, right? If it takes an hour to do something up north, it takes 3 hours to do it in the South.
Yeah, but in the South, when you're saying goodbye to somebody at the end of a Christmas visit, you're not liable to catch pneumonia standing in the driveway, ankle deep in snow with
fair enough, right?
Goodbye.
Right?
That's so funny, Roasted. It starts in the house, you know, in the living room or the kitchen or whatever, and then it moves slowly to the entryway, and then it slowly moves out the door, and it's like, yeah, and like once you're out the door, it's like, okay, we're gonna go, bye.
It's like, right.
When you finally get going, it's the end of the conversation, is like, okay, I gotta go. I should have been on the road like an hour ago, and then you have to hug everybody again.
Yeah, right. I've totally done that. Like that's just like
I love
second
you
hug.
so much. Yeah, man.
And then you get in the car and you're like, gee, I am so glad to be out of there. I thought she'd never shut up.
Yeah.
You know how it is. The one person that you don't want to hear their voice at a family gathering like that is going to be the one person that you just can't get to shut up.
Right.
That'd be my nephew's other grandmother.
Okay, so it's like pretty relatable. I know there's like a movie out there somewhere. I forget the name of it, but it's about like Minnesotans, and it's hilarious. I wish I could remember, but
remember that I was born and raised in Iowa, Shihan. So
all right, you count.
I'm familiar with Upper Midwest.
Yeah, you count.
Grew up in the Upper Midwest, and now I live in the Mid South. I'm going to be in the middle of the Gulf of Mexico by the time I retire.
Is it bad that we call my nephew's other grandmother Banana Head? She's a black lady with bright yellow hair.
Does she like it? Does she know about it? Do you do it behind her back?
I think she knows about it.
I don't know.
I do not think she knows about it.
Banana Head.
She might, though. Like, one of these days I'll call her and I'll be like, what up, Banana Head? And see how she reacts. See what goes on with that, It's very, very good.
It is.
Very, very
It is. All right.
I'll be a carton of cigarettes one year for Christmas.
All right. So Roasted, how was your week, bud?
Oh, I tell you what, it was just absolutely amazing. It was absolutely amazing. Today was the very last day at my old job. I'm on a 2-week paid vacation, and then I will go back at the start of a new semester in my new role, which involves a nice big fat raise, as well as a lot of progress in my career. And so, today was kind of like bittersweet and cool at the same time. One of my coworkers gave me a 3-pound bag of Jelly Bellies, and
hell yeah!
And the office had like 2 plants, and all the way through the COVID pandemic, when we were working from home, I had these plants at my house so that we could take care of them, so that they wouldn't be dead by the time we got back. So the office gave me the plants so I could take them to my new office and put them in. And listening to people get all sad because my desk was cleaned off was kind of a backhanded compliment, but it was great. It was great.
Well, Ash, were you loading a gun?
No.
It sounded like you were.
Wow. It's my keyboard.
I thought you were packing smokes earlier.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh.
No, it's my keyboard.
Packing a
But
bag of cigarettes.
I tried to go back on my PC, and I still don't have audio from you guys. So I guess I'm good on my iPad for now. We'll figure it out.
Oh, and Mad Metal Man just hit me up and said he'll join us when he can. It'll probably be a little bit. He's just got off work, so yeah.
Well, I forgot to mention I got like a garbage house case.
Oh, really?
So that's a thing too. Yeah. Anyway.
Are you gonna? Do you want to do that for 2 minutes? Or
yeah, you know what? I could talk about it.
Well, we're down a couple of people, so we can probably talk a little bit more about stuff.
I mean, I didn't really have a lot of hate, so I'll just do that.
All right, Trippy, how's your week been, bro?
It's pretty fun. I'm still playing around with that video editor. I think I'm going to drop a cartoon, and I'll be the next Gulf City in 2 days. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know when it's coming out. I'm lazy.
You're doing a cartoon?
Not a real one. Like 2 seconds of something. It'll be short.
Dude, it's like I don't know. I'm getting a kind of a hankering for wanting to try my hand at it, man. It's like Sparky's doing it. You're doing it.
Yeah. What Sparky, Aircraft Sparky, knows what he's doing. I do not.
Actually, yeah, his stuff looks good, man. It really does. It really does.
I always knew Aircraft Sparky was pretty damn good.
Mirrored Man has said, fucking Rich called me Dark Ninja. I said, oh, no. Stone, oh, shit, man. Oh, man, I
Yeah, I was gonna bring that up.
I write. Spittle Buggies says that Odyssey isn't producing sound for some reason.
Oh yeah.
I don't know.
Ay.
Oh god, I have to look up my password or look for my password for Odyssey.
I don't know, man. I can go there and check real quick.
Find my notebook. Make sure you don't just have it muted, Spittle. I will blame Spittle.
Hi, Spittle.
Spittle's good people too. Spittle is awesome.
Yeah.
Spittle's part of the lot.
Kind of a Luddite, but not, you know.
I will blame Spittle.
Hi, Spittle.
What was it? Spittle's good people too. Spittle is awesome.
And...
Yeah. Spittle's part of the lot.
Kind of a Luddite, but
maybe she's probably switching back to
the sound is fine.
Sorry about that.
Okay.
I just checked it. Yeah, everybody heard it. So
welcome back,
man. All right, so 23 minutes ago, donation 1/3. Merry Christmas from Unknown Archive slid 3333 my way. Thank you, bud. I appreciate it. And Stone Monkey says, sorry I missed the night, but I got to work early in the morning. And have a great show. Vacation is a week away. That's right. And the Creem Streem open house 2021 will be happening this time next week. So yeah, I'm just saying, yeah, it's like and we'll try not to get yeeted.
What is it that they say? Get the fuck back! Oh no, wait, no, that was just
dude. I mean, yeah, I don't even have my soundboard pulled up.
I don't have mine pulled up either. I got to be my own sound pad. That's what I used to do.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
What you talking about?
My monitor computer's on acid. Just saying.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Everything's on acid. Metal Man's out there driving through people to get to the Creem Streem. I know what he's doing. He's trying to get more meat for later. Meat. Why he tells everybody to stay tasty. He's always driving through cars, causing people to be barbecued. Then he goes back later and picks up the meat. You know, this is what you do.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't know how to respond to that, man. You know,
this is what you do when you're Metal Man. Hopefully, if he comes on, we can get him laughing like a chainsaw.
Yeah, he does. He does have a. I understand why they say it's chainsaw laugh, but I mean it doesn't sound exactly like a chainsaw, but it kind of does. If you're like, oh fuck, that does kind of sound like a chainsaw. It's weird.
The more you make him laugh, the faster he goes.
Right. Oh man,
I
dude,
can't do it.
Yeah, we went deep on some horror too, man. That was a great interview.
Absolutely, I was in the audience the whole time.
Yeah, you were, I bet.
But I was fucking around with drawing stuff. So.
Well, you know, you got to fuck around. You got to draw, man, because you know,
exactly.
Tranny's gonna tran. Just saying. Tranny's gonna tran. Yeah, the opening was that great. Greg Giraldo said, thank you, Tranny Bonaducci, to fucking Kathy Griffin.
Oh, God.
That's I put that on there, man. Man, I've been watching Greg Giraldo. And it's like, man, one night Johnny Bonsaco was wasted. And we were looking at comedy shit, and I was trying to get him look at Greg Giraldo's stuff, and so I've got a couple we'll probably watch in the third hour. Just a couple of classic. Just man, the dude's full of some stick burns, and I mean really quality stuff. It was a genius. So yes, you're being threatened. Everyone's being threatened.
We've already got donations, all right.
By the DT. Yeah, we have been paid, haven't we?
Yeah.
A little early.
Like wearing
so I don't know
rubber
if
and
it's
still
supposed to
catching the
count.
freaking clap, man. It's bad, dude. Bad mojo.
I'm having fun moving the thing around. Oh Lord, I think I've found something that's too entertaining. Yeah, for adults. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yes.
Oh, thank you. Cleansing flames.
All the entertainment.
All the entertainment.
All of it.
All of it. Yeah, Greg Giraldo was great, man. Neil says, burn it with fire. And we're doing that, man. Thank you, buddy, for that super chat. At some point, Google's going to send me a check.
Right.
You know, it's like they grab 30% of it, and then, I don't know, I got...
One of these years.
Yeah, right? So we're the cleansing flames of the archangels send us to where, of course, we do our thing.
Yeah. Dude.
Thank you, Neil.
That time you said it before I saw it pop up on the watch page. I might be behind a little. Nope. Looks like it's fine.
Okay. We have dealt with these things here. Okay. To the jam in the background, it is fun and good. I'm not French. And I'm not Canadian. I'm not Quebecois. I'm not Quebecois. All right, so it's time for 2 minutes of hate. You know what? We're in the ink sock gathering place where Goldberg, the enemy, is being shouted at us. You know, there's the kind of slightly anti-Semitic thing in that. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so Ash, you ready for your 2 minutes?
Yeah, I think so.
All right. And remember, if you don't cream while watching this stream, you're not doing something right. Go.
Ew.
I had to pull it out. Hold on.
Was that the last straw she got? That's an old joke, an old joke from a couple like the early version when the Creem Streem was really early. It was a funny joke, and I don't know. I just thought I'd regurgitate it.
I'm almost 50 irate. I don't cream. I puff out dust.
Sad.
You should get that checked out.
If I get my shred up too much, I throw out a hip.
I hear you. No, I know that's right. All right, you ready, Ash?
I believe so.
Go.
Okay, so other than I have a lot of things I can hate on tonight, but obviously my computer is being fucked up, and I don't know why it's doing that. But okay. Last week on Kino and Commentary, we watched the movie The Runaways about, like, the band The Runaways, like, Joan Jett's first band. And anyway, okay, so, like, Lita Ford is also in The Runaways, and she really gets kind of downplayed in the movie.
Yeah,
and
no
so
shit.
After the movie, I was, like, looking up Lita Ford's song, and you know the song, like, the Kiss Me Deadly song? I've, like, heard that song periodically here and there throughout my life. And even as a little kid, I thought it was rad. So, like, I looked it up, and I hadn't heard it in a long time. And I listened to it, and I'm like, hell yeah, Lita Ford's, like, awesome. She's badass. But, okay, so I've had, like, the It Ain't No Big Thing, like, stuck in my head all week long. And I love the song, but my 2 minutes of hate is basically where you get a song you really fucking like stuck in your head, but then you get it stuck in your head so long, it starts to get on your nerves. And you're like, oh my God, I wish I would get this song out of my head.
Yes.
And I know, like, all of my 2 minutes of hate, like, very rarely do I pull out something, like, super deep, but it's, like, real problems, you know? And so all week long, I have had this Lita Ford song that I love so much stuck in my head, but over the past couple days, it's starting to get on my nerves because I need another song stuck in my head. I have heard it over and 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 over in my head, like, for a whole week now, and I don't want to hate the song. I love the song. So my 2 minutes of hate is how, like, when you get a song stuck in your head, sometimes it makes you start to not like the song that you at one point really, really, really fucking liked. And I guess that is my point. And my 2 minutes of hate, my superficial 2 minutes of hate. Thank you.
Well, you know, you say superficial, I say, you know, it's legit.
Yeah, I think so.
It's a legit thing. So
it's the easiest thing for me to vent about right now.
And you did it, man. You're excellent at keeping time. I'm just saying. Are you looking at a clock, or you?
I just kind of start, and usually when I feel like, okay, I'm probably getting close, or I'm about to go over, I kind of wind it down.
You can't. You don't have to make it 2 minutes. You know, you can't. You can't go extra if you want to. I guess I guess I never said anything to anybody about it. I just came out. I don't know. I was. Might have been stoned. I don't know. And one night, and I said, "Let's do 2 minutes of hate." Yeah, from the book. Yeah, blah blah blah. Because
Yeah, but you know, I mean, I like the structure of the 2 minutes.
Metal Man is saying that Doro Persh is still the hottest 80s female vocalist.
Who is that?
I don't know. I don't even know if I said it right.
But The Runaways is a really good movie. Like, if you guys haven't seen it, you should. It's up on Twitch. Because we watched it on Kino last week, and that was Object's movie. And I had always wanted to watch it. I can't believe I hadn't watched it yet. But it was really good. Really good.
That first album is just a classic, man. It's I don't know, the song structure always reminded me of Kiss for some reason. Really? Yeah. And and the lyrics were really good, and you know,
hey, chat. Alistair's cum covered couch is fine. They're good people. You don't have to. They muted that person, they muted them in chat for 5 minutes. That's somebody that's in my chat all the time. They're fine.
All right.
I know it's confusing. But
we like that. Yeah.
I will say, if you guys
matter of fact
want to hear want to feel like real 80s, listen to Lita Ford, Kiss Me Deadly. You will want to Aquanet your hair and tease your bangs and get some
what do you
leather
mean?
And ripped up jeans.
I would want to do that listening to Lita Ford. I do that all the time anyway.
That's right.
Anybody who isn't or hasn't been, or is just has a hankering to feel real 80s.
Got a hankering to feel real 80s. Yeah, man.
Sometimes I get a hankering to feel a certain type of way.
Yeah, me too, man.
In the process right now of growing out my hair long enough that I can get that full body perm, and then
hell yeah,
out till it's sticking out 6 inches in all directions. I'll look like it just escaped from a heavy metal convention.
Hell yeah.
Body perm.
It's like, speaking of, I just I got a copy of KK Downing's KK's Priest, and that thing is the best metal album I've heard in a long time, and it's just straight hard metal. The new Iron Maiden album is garbage compared to this, man. The singer is what's his name? The Ripper, Mitch the Ripper, or something like that. Anyway, he's the singer on it, right? And he was the guy that replaced that Rob Halford when Halford left the band, back in the day in the 90s. And then Halford came back, and they did I think Painkiller and shit like that. But
was this band that came out in 2010-ish, and they were called Bad City, and they had one album come out, and the reason that I found them was because they opened for the Smashing Pumpkins back when Billy was kind of in that Pumpkins I call it a Pumpkins it was basically just Billy, you know what I mean? It was him as the Smashing Pumpkins with a band behind him, it was when there was no other original members. And anyway, it was like this random band that like I'd never heard of before. They're called Bad City. And of course I get to the venue early so I can get up at the front of the stage because it's the fucking Smashing Pumpkins, right? But anyway, this band comes on and they're amazing. And they have like this super 80s hair metal sound, but their lyrics are like really, like I can see why they're on tour with the Pumpkins, even though their music is a lot more like 80s metal, like they're instrumental. And oh my God, they were so good. And their album, Welcome to the Wasteland, was so good. They have a song called Call Paul Stanley. Like, it's just so good. I want everybody to listen to Welcome to the Wasteland. But anyway, they broke up because their frontman, who was like, I mean, he has this amazing 80s metal voice, like that high, like kind of scream when you need it. And like, it was just so good. But anyway, he got charged. His name was Josh Caddy. He got charged with like sexual battery, and he got kicked out of the band. They tried to replace him, but the guy they replaced him with just couldn't cut it. And they were on Atlantic, but they lost their like record deal, and they only cut the one album. But it was so good, and I still listen to it. But I liked them so much that a month or two after I saw them open for the Pumpkins, they were opening in Tennessee for Hinder, and like there is no motherfucking way I would have ever been like, yeah, I'm going to a Hinder concert. But I went just to see Bad City, and I left like before Hinder started. So I got to see them live twice, and they were just so good. And I was so pissed when I found out about his charges. And then Alternative Press had put out an article about Bad City after they broke up, and it was like the band that almost saved rock and roll. And it was just so heartbreaking because they had so much fucking potential. And I just was so pissed off that he was such a fucking piece of shit and had to go sexually assault a girl, Like, it's like, you were a fucking rock star and could have been a legend, and you had to go, like, do that. It's like, you could have gotten so many girls to sleep with you. You didn't have to force yourself upon one,
We still doing 2 minutes?
Sorry.
No, we're good, y'all, to be honest with you.
I was going to say, but okay, like, look up Bad City. Look it up. Like, the whole album is on YouTube. You can listen to it.
Cool.
Welcome to the Wasteland is the name of the album. The band is called Bad City, and it is just, it's a shame they didn't, like, last.
And speaking of shame, this is a perfect segue. There's a band from here that did really good in Canada in the 90s and 1000s, and they're called the Shame Idols, and they have 2 albums out, man. It's really good power pop shit, like Cheap Trick and the Kinks put together, and it's very, and it's kind of timeless sound. Anyway, I'm a Cheap Trick fan, always have, and always will. And so the Cheap Trickishness is really awesome.
Okay, so the drummer in Cheap Trick, Bun E. Carlos or whatever, he actually was in a band called Tinted Windows with James Zeha from the Smashing Pumpkins, the bass player from Fountains of Wayne, the band that does the Stacy's Mom Has Got It Going On, that song, and the lead singer of that band was Taylor Hanson from Hanson, like Bop Hanson.
Yeah,
Bop,
yeah.
Yes, they had one album, and it was very like pop rock, but it was really good.
Are you serious?
Yes. Yes,
Whoa.
I will send you links. Like, yes, I love the whole concept of it. Like, it's James Zeha and Taylor Hanson.
I love that song.
Yeah, like, I mean, come on. If you were, like, a kid in the 90s, like, you were a female girl in the 90s, you, like, loved one of the Hanson brothers, like, and, Fountains of Wayne's a great band, and, like, come on, like, Cheap Trick is... like, they're iconic and legendary.
Every time I've seen them, they put on a perfect show.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're legit. Like,
wow, I guess I had to look into this or something.
I'll send you some Tinted Window stuff, Gio.
James Colley said I was going to say Nickelback. Well, James, Asherella is a huge fan of Nickelback.
Oh yes, they're my favorite band ever. Fuck Billy Corgan, you know.
Whoa.
He owns locks of that guy's hair that sings.
No, I don't like Nickelback, y'all. Ew.
He got locks of his hair.
Do y'all remember whenever, okay, they were having like the Chicago like teacher like strikes? There was one news article that I saw, and what was the guy's name? The mayor of Chicago at the time. What was his name?
Daley?
No, like Rahm Emanuel.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like he was the mayor back like when they were having all those like teacher strikes and walkouts. Anyway, I saw a news article one time, and one of the protesters had a sign that said Rahm Emanuel loves Nickelback.
That's great.
I know. I love it so much.
Oh, hey, man, we're going to be joined by the lovely Sora Luna in a wee bit.
Awesome.
Yeah. So, yeah, she'll take the BECCA spot tonight. Okay. And, all right, so let's move on to Shigon's 2 minutes. I have reset the clock. Are you ready? Shigon?
Yeah.
2 minutes of hate? Now.
I guess a lot of my hate I can't actually say because of YouTube. So that's my first part of the hate. But yeah, I mean, things have been going pretty good. I don't really have a lot to complain about. I mean, besides like lack of sleep and all, but you know, I brought it on myself having a baby and all. But yeah, going back to work has been pretty good, but like yeah, we got like this case that came in. It was like a garbage house, so they're really hard to handle. And I could go on forever talking to you guys about dealing with like hoarding and garbage house cases. It's pretty interesting, but yeah, it's a pretty bad one, but yeah, it's pretty bad. When I say garbage house, I mean, I don't know if you guys have seen like hoarders.
See, I'm one of those people that I would take out my phone and shit and just start rolling. Just go live. I'm sorry. Keep
what? Yeah. So it's like I saw pictures, so I get like referrals from like fire or the police department sometimes. And this one, it's pretty bad. Like I saw pictures, but I'm not going into the home. The pictures kind of tell enough, so we're gonna work with like the rest of the family to help see if they can clean it out. But it's just like another thing I have to deal with, I guess. You guys like look, I could like go on forever about this, and I really don't want to, because like it'll take more than 2 minutes if
Okay.
Yeah, Uzi. Yeah, so like good, she said, orders make me feel better about my housekeeping skills. So
Sorry
yeah,
about
like
that.
sometimes when I go into these homes, like I'll leave and I want to go home and just like clean.
You feel filthy.
Yeah, for real. It's like, oh god, I want to organize something right now. But yeah, I had to kind of I was like thrown into my job and I had to become like a social worker, really. So it's you know, it is definitely like a mental illness. And there's usually like other things that are involved, like comorbidity.
Sure.
Yeah, usually somebody has like you know, they'll have like diabetes or sorry, Trippy. Or like
don't be sorry.
Oh snap.
You know, or like like post-traumatic stress disorder or alcoholism or
Does that count?
Other
That's fucked up. I didn't know PTSD would count. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, like all sorts of all sorts of stuff. And like usually, and actually it is, I actually wrote a paper on this when I did my master's degree about hoarding disorder and how it can be passed down from generation to generation. Yeah, it actually can be genetic because it's part of your brain, like the frontal lobe, where you make decisions, and it can make it difficult to make decisions about like what to dispose of or where to put things, or how to organize or that kind of thing.
What about what about to make for dinner? Is that part of it?
Sorry, what? What to make for dinner? No, that's like a woman thing. I don't know.
We got a sore Luna in here with us.
I work in rental property, and there are fair housing laws regarding like hoarders and hoarding, because it is a mental disorder and is considered a disability in some regards. So you have to be real careful if you have somebody like in a rental property that is hoarding, like how you approach it and how you handle it. Like you can't just take somebody out.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I just had to take a continuing education course on it.
Yeah, it's actually fairly recently. It was actually added to I can't remember the name of it, but there's like a whole like manual about mental disorders or whatever, and hoarding was just actually put on it fairly recently, like in the last I know within like the last 6 or so years. Before that it was like lumped in with OCD, but it's not necessarily OCD, so it's like a new disorder, like its own thing, so people can actually get funding for it or like get medical care for it. So, like,
there
it's
are
very
ADA
interesting
laws regarding hoarding now, like Americans with Disabilities Act.
Yeah, but like the thing is, if you like live in a home that's just, and this one is actually it's borderline uninhabitable, so I'm not going to talk about it because it's a ongoing case, so I'm just gonna stop right there. But
can I ask, like, what would qualify something as uninhabitable, like for your standards in your state? Like, where are the lines?
It's a really great question. I'll finish my 2 minutes of hate answering ASHERELLA's question real quick.
Sorry.
Okay. No, it's okay. Things going, but that's an interesting question. But lack of utilities. So if a home doesn't have gas service or electricity, that's grounds for posting something uninhabitable. It can get to the extent where if there's like if you don't have any like working bathrooms, that's bad.
No shit.
If you don't, and if you don't have garbage service,
lots of shit, I guess.
Yeah, it can it can be like compounding. So that's a interesting thing to answer because it's sort of like case by case basis. We can kind of like read the situation and decide like, okay, this is really not okay. But big ones are, if you don't have gas service, because we've had people that didn't have gas service and they in the winter here it gets real cold and they use other methods to heat their home.
Fire hazards.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
We've had people that were using like generators in their home or other means to heat their home where they got carbon monoxide poisoning and almost died.
That's scary.
So, yeah. And then, like, of course, like if they're going to be like, I mean, we've had people like that want to like run their oven and just have it open or something.
Yeah, that happens a lot in
like,
rental property too.
Like heat their home with their oven?
Well, yeah, and like even like the
Gotcha.
like properties I work for, they're like high end bougie, you know. And there's some people that just don't want maintenance in their house, So like if their heat or something goes out, they'll just like do whatever, you know, and like if they don't have a space heater sitting around, they'll crank the oven up, you know, to like heat the apartment, and that is so dangerous.
So like, okay, a rental property is different from like if you own your own home. So
Right.
if you have a rental property, if you say like your carbon monoxide detector isn't working, or like a smoke detector, that's enough. If you're not allowing someone to go in to fix that, that's enough for them to evict you.
Yeah. Well, like in North Carolina, if somebody takes their smoke detector down or
Yes,
their carbon
yeah.
monoxide detector, like we can fine them up to $500 per device that's down.
I feel like a bad guy right now talking about this.
Man,
Um,
No. Well, I mean, you know, it's obviously a point of fascination for many people. I mean, they couldn't make a TV show about it if there wasn't, right? You know, it is kind of a fascinating kind of thing.
Well, okay, it's like I'm thinking about like the balance of like it's my house and my choice kind of thing. And so there is like, you know, at what point just is it okay for government to step in and say like, no, you're not living in a safe home and we're going to do something about it. And that's really hard for me. But the thing is, I've seen homes where it was so full that if someone came in to save them, you know, firefighters and whatnot, their life is in danger because like it'd be impossible to move throughout the house. So this one, it's like really full of just garbage. And so, yeah, if they did have a fire, just the amount of stuff in the house would be so hot, it would affect like neighbors, and no one would be able to go in there and find somebody. So I don't know, it's really hard for me, you guys. Like, I guess that's my hate, is just balancing what I feel is like right or what is right. Does that make sense?
And
yeah,
you know, like you were talking about feeling like a bad guy or whatever, and it's like not the company I work for now, but I do like more like marketing for like the properties that I work for. But the company I used to work for, I was like a property manager. And the first time I ever had to go file eviction on someone, I like sat in the clerk of court's office and cried while I was filling out the paperwork because I was evicting somebody from their house, you know what I mean? But they were like 4 months behind on rent, and we still got carrying in like 2 cases of like microbrew beer, you know, like their priorities were way out of order. And this was like not like luxury like apartments and things like that like I work for now, but like I know that feeling, like feeling like, you know, like, and rental property is different, you know, because they don't own their home, but like I know the whole feeling like a bad guy thing. Like I got over that feeling, but like I like cried filling out eviction paperwork. So that sucks, you know. And I think about it still, like that day.
Well, and like, yeah, and it can affect, like, I saw Victor Rand commented about this, but like if you live in an apartment and you live in that kind of condition, like you can have like cockroaches or mice or something, and it'll affect the other the nearby, you know, units. And there's associations like fourplexes where they can be owned, and the same thing, like you could be affecting your neighbors. So I don't know, it's like it's a big deal in those cases for sure. And it's just sort of a different monster when it's just a house. But yeah, like I said, like affecting like firefighters, like emergency response, trying to help people. Yeah. Okay. Oh, I say one more thing. Just so I don't think I'm such a bad guy. Like I do try to, like, my main thing is trying to get people help. So we do have like resources, and we try our best to just like give people what they need to try to help themselves. But the reality of the situation is if someone doesn't want to help themselves, it won't get better.
No.
It's the same with like, yeah, it's the same with like homeless. I've heard people that deal with like homeless people a lot, like trying to get them to seek help, and oftentimes that they don't want the help.
The libertarian in me says, you know what, man, it's like it's your life. Just fucking live it like you want to. You know, if if you're killing yourself, go out on your terms. You know what I'm saying, with alcohol, drugs, or whatever. You know, unless it encroaches on other people's lives, and then it becomes, you know, an us problem and not a you problem, right? And I think that's when it gets different. Let's go ahead, and we got some 2 more minutes. Roasted, you ready to roll? We need to wrap this up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. All right.
I am absolutely fed up with freaking tornadoes. I hate tornadoes. Despise them. Now, I've got to give kudos to all the boys that went out. The crews went out almost immediately after the tornadoes went by last week. And they started restoring power immediately. All the emergency services departments were just piling in on everything, responding in mutual aid from all over to help each other out. And I gotta love that. But I hate tornadoes, especially in December at night. You can't see what's happening. There's nothing you can do. You know, you can't see where they're going. So, you know, yeah, I think we need to pass a law to make tornadoes at nighttime in December illegal. And who's with me?
I'm with you. No more tornadoes. Tornadoes suck, man. They really do. They're horrible.
You have my vote.
Indeed. Hey, Sora.
Hello.
How you doing?
I said we had Sora with us.
Yeah, we knew she was here.
I didn't want to interrupt. Thank you for saying hi, Trippy. I didn't want to interrupt. It was very interesting. So.
Sora's polite.
Yeah.
Yep.
Of course. She's Canadian. So.
If you want, man, you can skip my 2 minutes tonight, and we can just go with what we go with. It's already 1.
Okay. Sora, you
tonight's flying by. It's fun.
Let's go ahead and see Sora. You got any 2 minutes of hate?
No, I'm feeling very, very good tonight. So I had some really good cocktails before I just got home a little while back. So I'm good. Yeah. Sorry. No hate today.
That's right. Nothing but love coming from you. All right. Well, cool. All right. Well, let's go ahead and we'll go ahead and go into the TV room. And while we do that, all right, we are in.
Irate.
What?
I meant to mention this. You know you remember the 3 dots in the live chat, and you can click that and go to somebody's channel. It's back.
Oh wow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I brought that up on my last stream because I had just found it out while I was live. And I'm like, oh shit, that's something useful for people. So if any of y'all out in the chat want to sub to each other, click the 3 dots, go to channel, and bam.
Makes it easier. I've got links to everybody's, in the description. So, but yeah, that makes it even easier.
Hell yeah, I missed that feature.
I did too, man. Yeah. It's
at some point
maybe for you guys.
Oh, sorry, Sora.
Oh no. Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry, no, I think it may be just for certain people.
Really?
You think?
Yeah.
Well,
mine just says report or block.
Father of.
Damn, mine's got the go to channel thing. That sucks. Okay.
Oh yeah.
They don't like aliens, I guess.
I think, man, they're goofing around with the code, man. There's all kinds of crazy shit. I can't even pull it up on this other thing I've been, using as a monitor. I can't monitor nothing. So,
jeez.
Yeah, right? That's what I'm saying, man. And I can't
I'm
see
excited for what you're gonna play next, I gotta say.
Okay, so here's the deal.
I don't know what this is, but
oh, okay. All right, so these parents, they're teachers of this school, and I can't remember where it is. I grabbed this off of Twitter. I think it's somewhere in California, if I'm not mistaken. You know what? I can go, if you give me a second, I'll look at the libs of TikTok, so that's where it came from. All right.
It's a good account.
No doubt. Let's see. Libs of TikTok.
There's a few of those. I like women posting their L's.
I do too.
Here's so funny. I follow women that post their L's and men that post their W's. But
and to be honest, if you put a mask on a fucking dog, you're a ridiculous piece of shit.
Oh, that's dog abuse.
Indeed. Just saying. My God. Lives in TikTok and something else. All right. All right, here's the deal. Teachers at a California school reportedly coached a 12-year-old girl trans identity behind her parents' back. Okay. What they were doing is they were having meetings between the there was like what is it called, GLAD, Gay and Lesbian Alliance or something.
Gay and Lesbian Alliance Against Defamation.
Yeah, but they were like making it to where, it's like where parents or families and or just people, gays and non-gays, can gather and learn a little bit more about each other, right? And what they started doing is started going through these kids' search history on the computers at the school, right? And they started steering them and telling them to do things and not tell their parents, okay? And then I got a surprise. Oh, wow, thank you, Unknown Archive, for $33 more and 33 cents. Hot, happy holidays and to heathens, indeed. Shall we all heathe together, is what I was going to say. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to watch 3 separate parents address the school board, because apparently this shit came to a head, and before the last one, I'll stop it and tell y'all exactly what happened. And if AP aired this out last night, but he didn't do all of them. So there's 3 people, and I wanted to get them all, and I was able to get the anyway, the audio. His was all in the left channel. I was able to not do that.
Father of 3 kids that went through Spreckles Elementary in Buena Vista. I thank you all for your time and attention tonight to this issue. This is not easy to talk about. These were teachers that we knew and supported in the classroom, and their actions have gone too far. They've used predatory tactics to push political activism on our school grounds to our children. How do I know they're predatory? As a volunteer in youth activities, you go through a lot of training. They train us exactly what to look for. You look for people that use their power of position or authority, which teachers in a school environment are in a power of position and authority. They single kids out. They look for kids that don't fit or different or need attention. They did internet searches. They listened to conversations, and they looked for kids that were different. And they exploited them. They gave kids extra attention. They gave personal invitations to their club.
Giving them personal attention is kind of like grooming, isn't it?
That's like what this sounds like so far.
Right.
I haven't.
It does.
That was the extra attention they needed.
It's nasty.
They allowed kids to do things maybe that their parents weren't particularly supportive of. Lastly, they withheld information from parents, and they created a system that didn't allow parents to check in on things. There's a lot of questions to ask. I'll send an email because there's a lot of questions. There's a history here. The board probably needs to be part of the investigation, not overseeing the investigation, but part of it to find out what was been corresponded in the past. Mr. Tarallo has a history here at these campuses. He probably needs to be part of it as well, and Mrs. Pagarin. The real issue is the two teachers, but the whole thing needs to be looked at. Unfortunately, Ms. Caldera and Ms. Brockie showed their inability to control their personal political agendas. This proves that there's no place for either of these two on school campuses. I think the state board needs to determine whether they should be teachers.
But the reason I'm here is for our...
All right, this is the second one.
Straight A student. She's our smart one. And she happens to be the subject for me tonight. She was the one that, you know, she's a straight A student all of her life. She's now entered into high school, a straight A student. And yeah, she's the one that's confused because she was coached. And if you're that victim, you can't speak. You can't say what's happening in your life.
Man, they need to invest in the microphone.
Yeah, no, he's hitting the mic.
CPS was called on my daughter because she went into school to have a discussion with the teacher for hiding the fact that she was given a new name, a boy's name. You know, for a boy to be told that if you think you're a girl, you're a girl. If you think you're a boy, you're a boy. You know, that's just vile nonsense. The fact that suicide wasn't brought up to my daughter infuriates me. You know, the teacher needs to let, and principal as well. The principal knew about it as well, okay? So let no one fool you with the pleasant speeches. And I'm sorry, I should be talking to you. But, you know, I think education needs to be grounded on truth. We need God back in America, you know, we need God back in schools. I just feel that our kids are impressionable at that age, and, you know, we should keep the parents informed. I say resign or repent. I'm merciful. Praise God.
Let these teachers come in and act as if they have nothing wrong. They've done nothing wrong. A mistake? How long of a mistake? How many mistakes are we going to take before my child almost lost her life? They didn't tell me that my child was suicidal.
They got inside the child's head and they made her confused, so confused about her sexuality that she tried to kill herself. She had vocalized suicidal ideation to the teachers. They did nothing.
Wow.
Listen to you talk about getting an asshole ripped. Listen to this shit.
How's your kilobytes per second going on your OBS?
Everybody's having tech issues.
Oh.
When we were live last on my channel, I had a complete, drop. How's your kilobytes per second going on your OBS? My upload.
Everybody's having tech issues.
All right, sounds back. It sounds we're back.
Goo.
You're talking about naughty things.
See, I was looking in my email because they'll usually send me a when they put you in timeout.
Miss Caldera, you're guilty. Miss Baraki, you're guilty. You changed her personal documentation, her gender, her name, her email. I authorized an AKA added to her attendance because I wanted to be supportive. But guess what? She's allergic to bees. Her medical record says a birth name, and you changed it. Who administers that now? Not everything, not me. You guys did this on your own accountability, and you've gone too far. They downgraded me in front of my child.
So they changed her kid's ID. Her information in the registry in the school, and she's allergic to bees. Right? That could have killed the kid.
and allowed me to question myself as a mother. You sat there and told me how my child was going to be. And then you wrapped your hands around her while I sat across the table and cried. Because you thought you could be there better than I, and I never got a chance.
She identifies as not being allergic
She was
anymore.
scared to even say anything. Your guys' voice were heard, not hers.
Yeah. And luckily the kid was intervened on, and before she hurt herself, and she got help. If it was, those motherfuckers sitting at that table should be paying for that help.
Yeah.
They knew about this shit.
Yeah.
And I guarantee you that there'll be proof that comes out that they knew.
I kind of want to admit something.
What?
So this kind of like garbage wasn't even going on when I was going to school, but I mean, there was like a point in my life where I was like questioning my own sexuality just because I knew like, oh, that's like a thing that can happen. You can be attracted to the same sex and all.
Mm-hmm.
And just trying to understand like, oh, I think this woman is girl, it is like very intriguing to me. And it was enough for me to like question, oh, am I like bi? And I remember like, being really conflicted about it. And this isn't even before like someone might see me like even, or, an adult like having a conversation with me or something. And me just having like some kind of like small doubt, and I am like full on straight. Like, oh, I like the penis. So.
No shit. Gunfox tips $10 and says all commies must be purged. Purge the commies. I bet the school board was full blown. Had full blown pedos. Watched cheese pizza. Ooh,
there's a good interruption.
Sorry about that. Yeah, that was. No, you did great. No, it's like because everybody. I think, man, during your late teens and early 20s, you're coming into like yourself, right? It's like your identity is forming itself.
Right. I've never once come into myself.
But we explore our identities, right? No, it was funny, actually.
Yeah, no,
you sound
Timmy's
so
like, this shit's too heavy.
it.
Shut up and let's do a funny show, you motherfuckers.
No, it's not that either. I just wanted to mess with it.
He's funny. You're funny.
You are funny.
It's just okay. Like my point is like, yeah, like it wasn't even like
totally
this
get your point,
crazy when I
Gia.
went to school, but like being like,
You can only, like having somebody like pushing you in a certain direction when you're already feeling like conflicted or whatever.
Yeah. I mean,
totally. I
mean,
get
you're
what
already
saying, yeah.
confused enough, and it's already hard enough if you're just even, just dealing with the opposite sex. I mean, and like just making friends is hard enough. And then we're talking about like elementary school students when they haven't even gone through their period yet.
Yeah, like you can't.
It's crazy.
Like I just think it's ridiculous for, how young all these issues are getting. Like, you have like people with their like designer kids that are like transgender 7-year-olds. It's like, no, they're not. They're not even old enough to like even have an opinion on that. And it's like, like don't push, like parents do it. Obviously schools and teachers are doing it. It's not just teachers. It's like a lot. I mean, that's a big problem with schools right now. But, like these kids, like, 7-year-olds don't like have like, you're not questioning your gender at that age on your own. You're not questioning your sexuality at that age on your own.
Well, I mean, okay,
it's
like
these
when
kids
I was
that are like they haven't hit puberty yet. Like once you start getting in like, you start going through puberty and that kind of thing, and you're having these like thoughts and feelings. It's like, okay, that's one thing, but it's like all these issues. It's like they're getting young. It's like younger and younger and younger kids too.
Well, okay, so Ash, like when I was like a little girl, I saw how men could go around without shirts on in the summer, and I was like, why can't I do that? And so when I was really young, I actually would kind of push the line and not wear shirts and be like topless, like a young.
But it
like
wasn't because you thought you were a boy, right?
Well, actually, I remember telling my parents I want to be like a boy because they don't have to wear a shirt.
Right.
And my dad told me later that he if he saw me without a shirt on, he would like cover his eyes and go like, "Oh gosh, I shouldn't look," you know, to try to teach me to start wearing shirts.
Right.
Because I would push the line like way too old, like wanting to not wear a shirt because I was like, I want to be like a boy, and it's not fair. I could be a boy. That's like I remember saying that.
I understand like that, but I think it's like, I mean, you had like, there was like a tangible like reward or something that you wanted for like wanting to be a boy. It's not like you felt like you're a boy like deep down inside.
I liked boy things too. Like I liked playing with trucks and G.I. Joes. Like I wasn't a super girly girl either.
Yeah.
Like I was like growing up camping and like playing in the mud and stuff. So I felt like I identified with like boys more. And like I actually enjoy the company of men more than women still. But I mean, like if I grew up like that today, you know, some fucking parent would be like, "Oh, she's no, it's a he."
Okay. But you're not. But you like as an adult now, you don't identify. You don't feel like, "Oh, I want to be a man." But like I totally like, you know, if you were a child today, yeah, people would be pushing that shit on you. And it's like, they didn't when we were young because people didn't think like that then, you know? And it's like, I
was like in the system because I didn't want to be like a girly girl.
And you'll notice we're seeing kids now identifying themselves as fluid or gender fluid and shit, right? But they're pairing up as males and females, you know, when it comes to chromosomes, XX and XY, right? And so in their heads, they can say, well, tonight I'm the girl and she's the boy, right? And you're getting away with doing what's normal. But you have to like do this retarded hoop jumping shit. I don't know. What do you think? What do you, Sora?
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, well, it seems more and more you hear stories of people are being punished for saying, well, no, I don't think I'm, you know, some weird something or other. And not necessarily weird, but if you're just saying like, no, I don't identify with any way, or no, I haven't thought about it, and I don't think I'm any other gender than, you know, what I represent, then you're either getting in trouble for that rhetoric, or it's just pushed down your throat that is now not normal. That's not, you know, it shouldn't be the normal anymore. So it's almost as if there, like you said, you have to go through this new coded language to feel normal. Even if at the end of the day, it's what a lot of people will look at it and say, oh, that's heteronormative or whatever, right? But it's just because, like, okay, well, this is how it's now portrayed as the normal, so we're gonna have to go and say fluid, because then that means you can be whatever you want, so nobody will look at you funny if you end up being identifying as a girl because you are a girl.
Right.
I just thought of something really interesting. Like Undead Ramen says nowadays, if a girl likes boy things, when she used to be a tomboy, now she's really a boy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's really interesting to me. And I'm also thinking about, like...
Gunfox wanted to tip $5 and say something to you, Shagan.
Oh, God.
Shagan, the witch doctor, puts a curse on you. You shall have you shall have triplets. Also, Nike paid an Oregon Democrat member to kill a bill to ban all products made by slave labor. Democrats support slavery, literally. China is worse than 1930s Germany. All right, sorry to interrupt, but that was a legit drop there. Thanks for that Streamelements contribution, sir.
I no joke. I've like had a dream about us like wanting another child, and it's like triplets or something.
Oh,
it's like
God.
oh, fuck.
Now you're cursed, buddy. Oh Lordy, you know what I'm saying?
Would that not suck? I've got 4 kids, and all 4 of them are the same age and look identical. And I can't pick
Oh
them
my
apart
God.
except by the little tattoo I put on the sole of the right foot of the deck of cards, so I know that little Samuel has got the spade and little Charlie has got the club.
You mark the deck, dude. That's right.
Yeah,
You're gonna you'll do like puppies.
that before.
I actually read a Reddit post about a woman who had twins, and one of them had some like health issues. They were identical, but one of them had some health issues and had some special medication. And the doctor, they did like a little freckle medical tattoo behind one of them's ear. So like school and daycare and stuff.
Oh my God, that's really cute.
Yeah, like when they were so
That's
small.
good.
So they would know that they were giving the medication to the right kid. And her
Jesus.
mother-in-law got pissed off because she tattooed her child. And it's like, lady, chill the fuck out. It's like, okay, you want the minimum wage paid daycare worker to give your grandchild, the wrong grandchild medication, like, come on. It was really stupid, the reason the woman was mad. But yeah, they do that with twins sometimes.
Did she
They'll
say
mark
it was
them with a little
Leviticus?
tattoo.
Yeah, Leviticus warns about tattoos.
I don't know what her reasoning was, but she was an idiot.
Hey Beard, you're not in YouTube, but Gunfox just said she gonna have more kids. I don't know if you could like actually see the chat on YouTube. So
Elon Musk.
Sorry about that.
No, it's okay. All right, sorry.
All right, so yeah, let's play a couple of things here. There's a couple I think we can skip, but the Elon Musk thing. These are good quickies here.
Elon Musk causes a ruckus with fake Pocahontas.
No.
Yeah, the billionaire of space verbally declawed the hapless Indian fraud. Senator Elizabeth Warren, if that's her real name, started this childish feud with the world's richest man on Monday when she tweeted, "Let's change the rigged tax code so the person of the year will actually pay taxes and stop freeloading off everyone else." It's weird to me, though, that when rich people forget that they're also rich. Warren herself is a millionaire. She should know that, right? I never forget I'm rich. I pay someone $5 an hour to remind me several times a day. Thanks, Kat. But Elon was having none of it, replying, "Stop projecting," and linking to an old Fox News article calling her a fraud. We appreciate the shout out, Elon. You're welcome to do the show as soon as you make a Tesla big enough for Tyrus to fit in. But Musk came back with an even bigger burn, tweeting, "You remind me of when I was a kid and my friend's angry mom would just randomly yell at everyone for no reason. And please don't call the manager on me, Senator Karen."
This is actually why
That is some top-level tweeting right there.
This is why I made
that slam hurts more than...
Literally. I said, this is why I made a new Twitter. Because of what Elon was doing.
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? I kind of want to go back on Twitter.
That's right.
The pain Joe Biden feels simply getting out of bed. We go to Senator Karen for comment.
Oh, wow. If it isn't Elon Mush, I call you Elon Mush. In honor of the cornmeal recipe I contributed to the Cherokee Chow cookbook. Okay, I'm about ready to go tribal sovereignty on your ass. Okay, I am going to give 110% of my 0.19% indigenous blood to make sure people like you pay their fair share. Okay, and by fair share, I mean fair share of contributions to my next failed presidential campaign. Okay, all right, I'll see you. Okay.
Elon wasn't happy, so he did what he always did and stomped his little feet and insulted Senator Warren, calling her an angry mom and referring to her as Senator Karen. So for so many reasons, being a freeloader and a selfish and disrespectful one, and for misappropriating black vernacular for misogynistic purposes, Elon Musk is the absolute worst. Meanwhile,
what?
What vernacular?
She's saying that Karen is black vernacular.
Yes, it's black vernacular, exactly, man.
Senator Warren has better things to do than fight with Junior Birdman on Twitter.
So her justification for not liking what Elon Musk had to say is because she is claiming that he's racist?
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
And think about it. Roasted, if you think about it, she would probably say that he was stealing it from African Americans.
I was going to say, he is African.
He's an African American.
He's an African American, literally. Yes. He's
legit.
From South Africa. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Joy Reid, man. See,
I think that would just break their brains.
You know, it's like, I just hope that there's a poll. I legitimately hope that there's not. You know what? I'm hoping against hope, because I know she actually believes the shit she thinks and says. You know.
You really want to piss her off, though? Point out that Elon Musk is more African American than she
is. Right?
Yes. Whoa.
Dude, you read my mind.
I know that's a little rough, but he's actually an immigrant from Africa, and she's not.
You are spot on, Rosie.
I didn't know that. I did not know that.
Yeah, he was born in Africa or South
Yeah,
Africa.
he's South African, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's where that weird accent comes from.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Yeah, you can't. If you can't place it, that's exactly what it is. Action Jackson, what up? Elon, Bezos, Gates, all do something that people want. These politicians are millionaires for doing things that people don't want.
So, like, everyone I've met from South Africa is pretty base so far, and I've met.
Well, yeah, there's a fucking genocide going on down there, man. So yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure. You know.
Fox Business polls reveal that Americans think President Biden is making inflation worse. Here now to weigh in is Ari Fleischer, former White House press secretary under President George W. Bush. He's also a Fox Business contributor. So Ari, the poll numbers again for the president are absolutely cataclysmic. They're in the dumpster. You've been in White Houses like this. I mean, can a president come back and win re-election when you have so many things going poorly for you, whether it's the border, it's crime, it's inflation? I mean, you name it. President Biden isn't doing well anywhere in polling.
Well, first, Sean, the answer to your question to Senator Thune about football is clearly the Miami Dolphins. So we just need to establish that before we get going.
Well, we didn't disagree, Ari.
The answer to your question about Joe Biden.
I should have cut that out.
The answer is yes. Presidents have bounced back. If you remember, Barack Obama was an unpopular president going into the second year of his presidency. He lost the House of Representatives with 70 seats, switching from Democrat to Republican, one of the greatest shellackings in the history of the House of Representatives. And he went on to win re-election then in his 2012 first time up re-election cycle. So the answer historically is yes. The problem Joe Biden has, though, is very different. He's going to, at all measurements, lose the House, lose the Senate in 2022, and he'll be 80 years old. And that's the difference. I just don't see a scenario in which Joe Biden will run for re-election, an 82-year-old president. I just don't see it. So I think everything is different with Joe Biden.
Well, I'll tell you, Ari, I disagree with that. And just in regard to Joe Biden has spent his whole life wanting to run for president. He's now got the presidency. I don't think any polling or any advisor is going to stop him from running a second term. But you wrote recently a piece talking about if Joe Biden runs for a second term, the Democrats are going to take a shellacking. Why?
Yeah. Well, that's the problem he's going to have. And maybe he'll run. I don't see it. But let's say he does run. He's going to lose. He's going to get defeated badly. American people are just not going to go for somebody at that age, and especially with somebody who already is showing he's slowing down, the pressures of the age of that office, the way he walks, the way he speaks. I mean, all of it is an image of a president who doesn't have the vigor, the youth, the stamina to hold a job that's as punishing and as grueling as that job.
Has there ever been
combine that with how unpopular he is, the problem the Democrats have going into 2022, it would take a huge reversal of the economy, which I don't rule out. 3 years is a long
president in the upcoming election if they're, if it's only their first term.
That's a good question.
If they don't let Biden run again, do we do a convention to find out who the Democratic nominee is?
Well, all right. So Dana Perino is going to talk about that.
Do we
all right.
do primaries? Okay.
All right. She's got
to the five, one of the best people in television. She joins us today. Dana, thanks so much for coming on. I'm not going to ask you to respond to a lot of that script, but God, I want to put you in a position.
Alex, that was great. Yeah. That was really good.
But let's stand back and consider a president who's not yet completed his first year in office, and this is not an attack, merely an observation, who finds the media organizations that have cheerled for him for 2 years suddenly talking about replacing him midstream. I've never seen anything like that before. What do you make of it?
Well, it was just last week that the White House communications team did a little dog and pony show to the different media outlets and chastised them for the bad coverage that they've been getting. And many news outlets actually complied. I remember listening to one NPR report the next morning or two, and it was about inflation and Build Back Better, and I couldn't believe my ears. I almost had to stop and rewind, transcribe it, and read it like Alex did, because it was that good for the Biden administration. But this list that CNN did, the first four people that they name already ran for president and lost. And so what does it say about the quality of their campaigns? The other thing is that the Democrats were pretty much hanging by a thread until President Trump came along. And then they unified in their distaste for him. But they're trying to run that playbook again. But I think maybe some Democrats and people at CNN are thinking, I don't know if that's going to work the second time. There's two names that are that you didn't mention that are Democrats to consider. I have one disagreement with you, and I have a cliffhanger. Can I go through them?
Well, I hope you will.
Okay. First one is Governor Jared Polis of Colorado. This is a liberal Democrat, but he is also somebody who has been fearless in talking about COVID. And this week he said,
that's true.
The emergency is over. I'm not going to tell people what they can wear on their face. We are moving on. The other thing that he's done, Tucker, is he's talked about eliminating the state income tax in Colorado so that state can remain competitive. So that's different and fresh thinking, and I think the Democrats might want to pay attention to that.
I strongly agree with that. I wonder, though, can I just ask you to pause? Yeah. So his line about, the COVID emergency is over. He's a politician. There are political considerations behind it. But that's still not what the Atlantic magazine is saying. It's still pretty brave within the context. I'm wondering if Democratic voters are offended by that.
Well, maybe a small portion of them. However, if you look at what Democrats found in the exit polling in Virginia, what did most of the independents vote on? It was the fact they were so mad about the schools being shut down for so long, that they were mad about the way that small businesses were treated and having to shut down during the pandemic, in the height of the pandemic, when the big box stores like Home Depot got to stay open. And there's a deep-seated anger about it, and it's coming out, and especially people are voting with their feet, taking their kids out of schools.
No, that's right. Florida is bulging. So really quick, what's the cliffhanger?
The cliffhanger is there's just somebody that I haven't talked about, and that is, sorry to say, it's Hillary Clinton. Can I read a tweet for you? It's also a treat.
Yes,
this is just today, okay? She said, 2024 is a make or break point for the continuation of American democracy. No one who believes in the power of voters to choose their leaders and the continuance of multiracial democracy can sit this one out. And so, could it be a rematch in 2024? Can America handle it? It wasn't on CNN's list, but it probably should have been.
Sorry, I need to take a break. My brain just exploded.
I love that last line. I got to take a break. My brain just exploded. Nice. Dude, so yeah, that was, there's all kinds of shit, but I've heard Hillary like a couple of times, like wanted to get in the fray. Like last week she had read from this, her acceptance speech that she never gave in this master class that she's given on, I think it's on YouTube, man. Or it's
that's the whole thing.
Yeah,
I think I heard about it.
Yeah. And she read her own acceptance speech crying.
I read. You know how I was talking about Kamala Harris having gone on Charlamagne the God's TV show today?
Yeah.
Earlier. During the thing, he had asked her, he said, who's the real president of the United States, Joe Manchin or Joe Biden? And all of a sudden, on Kamala Harris's end, some lady, you hear this voice, and she goes, we're having trouble hearing you, Charlamagne. Hold on a second. And Harris is sitting there with a confused look on her face. And he goes, Charlamagne literally goes, oh, they're pretending they can't hear me.
Gatekeeping.
And then Kamala comes, she goes, I can hear you. And he said, okay, well, I want to know who's the real president, Joe Biden or Joe Manchin? And Kamala Harris goes, Charlamagne, stop acting like a Republican. You know Joe Biden's the president. And she was pointing at the fucking camera. So I see that, if I can see the future, I see several people probably using that for YouTube videos.
Well, also,
the guy that did the.
She was mad.
Yes, if you ain't black, if you don't vote for me, you ain't black. Yeah, same guy.
Yeah, reminded me of that. But yeah, she acted like she was pissed off, and I'm like, what is this? It was so.
She's
scripted.
trying. No. Here's the deal. She knows that she is fucking unelectable. There's obviously some shit going on, behind the scenes where she's being alienated by Biden's people or whoever's controlling him. I really think it's Jill. I swear to God, it smells like bitches fighting to me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so, yeah, she is not going to be running for president in 2024. And they're trying. I was hearing, all right, if you want to get weird, that they were trying to figure a way to boot her and promote Pelosi to the VP slot.
Part. Like, I'm waiting for Pelosi to step up on the stage thing and her ankle just snap off and her not even notice.
Indeed. All right, so all right, we got two coming in. Pedo Joe and the Democrats stole the election with mail ballots. Well, we say the election wasn't stolen. It was fortified. But you can say that, all right? The dead all voted for Democrats. Commies always cheat, so they win. Indeed. And I know Archive, the 3333, once again, one more week. Love you guys. Big heart. Love you too, brother. Thank you so much. It's so nice to me. It makes me want to cry. I just, let's see. All right, so we'll look at some other stuff. We got a little time here. It's like, oh, yeah. We got to watch this. All right, so this is my man, DeSantis. I mean, it's really weird. He's a weird dude because he really comes off as being, but he's got mannerisms like Trump. But it's like everything he says all the right shit, and I don't know how to feel about that. Because part of my brain goes, yes, we need leadership like that, right? That's going to call bullshit. But, I don't know. So, all right, listen to this.
Hey, wait. All right. I have something to say.
Go
Just
ahead.
real quick.
That's cool.
Yeah, so Beard said something on Twitch, and his message was blocked by Twitch mods. I just want to read it because...
What?
Yeah. It was about Joy.
It was about what?
Joy Reid.
What did he say?
Yeah, he said... Joy only has a job because the Democrat Party desperately wants a race war. She's basically retarded.
That's the word that got it, retarded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You think it was retarded? But the message you got said, hey, your message is being checked by mods and has not been sent. Yeah.
Well, I overrode it.
That word would have been triggered, yeah.
Oh, wow.
You think it was it?
You know what? I tried to put it in.
The race war stuff.
Assholes. We gotta welcome Mad Metal Man.
Mad Metal Man. What up, man?
Just want to,
Testing 1, 2.
Fuck you.
Nope, I heard something.
Gunfox, $5 is working 6 12-hour days on day 2 of 6. Sadly, 2 of the days I work for free. Poor guy. Because the government takes that in taxes. Indeed. Yep. Taxation is theft.
I remember.
I stand on that shit.
I remember watching Monkey recently, and he was talking about the R word and saying how, I should probably not.
Saying it. He keeps on saying it. I heard the same thing, and then the next stream I heard him doing, he was like, those damn yeah, he said it.
Yeah. He's talking about monkeys trying to not use the R word.
He said he was trying not to.
Come on, Punky wants to know, why would God make a person retarded?
Yeah.
He's like, it's going to be a word that's going to be banned soon and whatnot, so I better start, training myself not to use it.
Oh, see, man, that's bullshit.
Yeah, it is.
Self-censorship is censorship. Nonetheless,
you think Twitch is on that word? Then you think that?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, yeah. You can't put it in the chat. It's like you could probably say it and get away with it. And
so I can say Joy Reid is instigating a race war, though. I can say that on here.
Hey, we can start saying donkey brains instead.
Well, see, I don't care if this show gets demonetized. But because UA is just rendered that obsolete. And thank you. I'm so grateful for the people helping out with the channel, man. You don't know how much it means to me. So let's talk about we're on DeSantis. All right. This is
if you're in a company and someone's telling, dirty jokes or doing this, that could be considered a hostile work environment. Well, how is it not a hostile work environment to be attacking people based on their race or telling them that they're privileged or that they're part of oppressive systems when all they're doing is showing up to work and trying to earn a living? So we believe that this corporate CRT, it's basically corporate sanctioned racism. Our legislation will defund any money for K-12 or higher ed going to CRT consultants. We are also not going to allow the staff or employees or teachers in our education system to be subjected to to that type of training where they're forced to sit there and listen. And they have had this in different parts of the country.
All right, that was Florida Governor Ron DeSantis there issuing the Stop Woke Act. Not a lot of details on it just yet. We have a reporter on the ground there working to get more information on that, but that just coming out. We knew there was this major announcement. We don't know the details of it. We're working to get it to you.
No doubt. I mean, Elon Musk is an American success story. He came to this country, went to college, took out $100,000 in student loans, worked 2 jobs to try and pay it off, and now is a billionaire, paying more taxes, as he noted, than anyone in history, and this year alone, he noted. So, look, I think when you look at wokeism, which is a very powerful drug, this is a man who said, I'm not going to be a billionaire elite. I'm not going to just say what is woke, say what is liberal, say what is...
She says drug, I say cult. I don't know, it's more apropos. Well, we can go past this. She talked about Elon Musk, but she talks about woke a little bit, and then these people talk about the border shit. But
people in a cult don't see that they're in a cult.
Right, exactly, because they think
I don't think the words will work on them. I'm not sure what will.
Right, they have the moral upper high ground in their opinion and in their perception, right? Mad Metal Man, can you not talk? You said his shit's being done.
I think I'm here.
Okay, hey man, there you go. There you are. Good to hear you, man.
Oh, God damn it! It's the fucking sensitivity.
That's what she said.
Discord.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
I saw your
greetings.
Yeah, I heard you before. Your your show. It was great.
Oh, well, thank you.
Yeah, it was a great interview you did Sunday too, man.
Yeah, that was that's what I mean. Sorry.
That's
the
cool.
interview. It was great.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I'd love to get into. Yeah, you were, man, indeed, and I had a ball talking to you, man. Madness says, "Our prostate. Some cults do use drugs, especially the Hillary cults. I mean, suicide cults." I said that right, didn't I? All right, so listen to this. All right, this is a little more Ron DeSantis and the border shit. Listen to what's going on here.
The administration has opened America's borders to the world, and pretty much no one is doing anything about it as our democracy evaporates and our nation changes forever. But there are a few state governors who are doing something to protect their citizens from the effect of mass illegal immigration. And no one's doing more than the governor of Florida, Ron DeSantis. DeSantis just announced new proposals to stop the flow of criminal migrants into his state. Here's some of them.
We have a responsibility to stand up for the rule of law. We have a responsibility to stand up for the Constitution, and we have a responsibility to stand up against an administration that has just decided they don't want to have a secure border. You know, you don't get to make that decision. The laws of our country require us to enforce the law, and that's what needs to be done.
Well, exactly. You don't get to make that decision if you're the executive. You don't make laws. You have to abide by them. Governor DeSantis is abiding by federal law in the state of Florida. He joins us tonight. Governor, thanks so much for coming on. I know you're a detail man. With the one thing we almost never get from politicians. So if you could explain to the audience what exactly you're doing in the state to protect your citizens.
Sure, Tucker. For one, any of these contractors that are facilitating Biden's illegal policies by bringing people into Florida, oftentimes flying in at 2 o'clock in the morning with no notice to the state, anyone who's doing that forfeits the ability to have contracts with state and local government in the state of Florida, and they're going to be responsible for providing restitution to the state of Florida for every single person that they bring. Because when they dump somebody, a lot of costs end up being borne by the state in the future, whether that's education, healthcare, whether that's the criminal justice system. Unfortunately, we had somebody brought from Biden that murdered somebody in Jacksonville just a few weeks ago. And so we're very concerned about doing that. And we want to basically say this is not the right decision to be making, to be facilitating, which is basically an illegal human smuggling operation. We're also saying to some of the institutions in Florida, like nonprofits, we're not going to be giving license to folks who are actively helping Biden do this. And so we want people focusing on our own citizens. A lot of people do a lot of great work. We've got a lot of people in our state that need help, and we can't just have people who are from foreign countries displacing the needs of our own people.
Yep.
So who? Why are they dumping people into Florida? What's going on?
All right, so here's the deal. All right, so what they've been doing is that they have been taking these immigrants that are at the border and taking like bus loads and plane loads, and they're just
distributing them around the states,
around the United States. Yeah, the Kentucky people in Kentucky report about it. People in I want to say South Dakota. I know an archive gives $1 and says just putting that little penny. In that little penny, if in the chat would please Google Larkin Street Youth Services in San Francisco. It's a homeless shelter for homeless and abandoned kids. Think of those less fortunate and donate. Hey, I concur with that shit too, man. Indeed. Thanks, Unknown Archive. You're awesome. All right. It does explain a lot, doesn't it, Boo Boo? I'm just saying. All right. Boom, boom, boom. All right. So yeah, the spending bill. Went tits up. Build Back Better.
The Build Back Broke bill is a disaster. We've got inflation raging across the country. As you know, we've got the highest rate of inflation since 1982, 39 years. And it's the direct result of the Biden Democrats spending trillions of dollars we don't have, borrowing trillions of dollars we don't have, printing money like crazy, and costs are going up across the board. And Schumer and Pelosi had said as their #1 priority passing the Build Back Broke bill. Schumer insisted over and over again they were going to do it by Christmas, by Christmas, by Christmas. And just this week he admitted, okay, they're not doing it by Christmas. All the Republicans oppose it, and at least right now, both Joe Manchin and Kyrsten Sinema do as well. I think that's a great Christmas present to the American people not to pass this bill. You know, last night I had dinner with the leadership of the Texas Farm Bureau, and they were telling me that they're hearing from farmers and ranchers all across Texas, the #1 concern they're hearing is please, please, please don't let Congress pass the Build Back Broke bill. We can't afford more inflation. We can't afford our inputs going up. We can't afford the debt. We can't afford the taxes. And at least for this Christmas, it ain't going to get done. We'll see next year if they can ram it through. I hope Manchin and Sinema hold the line, but we'll have to find out next year.
So, yeah, Build Back Better is pretty much dead in the water. Because the handwriting is on the wall. Manchin and Sinema are giving the Democrats a lot of excuses to not follow through with this thing. So they'll probably bog it up because they want to get reelected. Right?
Gee, what's holding them back? Common fucking sense.
It's, well, you know, you would think, but no. It's all politics. Got to get elected.
Of course.
And, you know, of course, inflation is the biggest threat we face. I don't know about y'all, but everything's costing more now.
I can attest to that. Shipping costs to get stuff into the shop has gone up probably about $20 to $30 depending on shipping weight.
I think I know what Irate's trying to seek to play.
No, I'm just looking. I don't think we should. I'm going to go through with the rest of this one because it talks about. Yeah, he talks about possible candidates. It was on the other side of that. Dana.
I just watched that last night.
Yeah, and he talked, and it's Stacey Abrams who wrote a fucking romance novel. Yeah, dude. She is. She's a woke princess, man. Shit, you know. Yeah, she's trying to make elections more reinforced, as it were.
You mean more
yeah.
Everybody's making noise.
Yeah, when Democrats bitch about election laws or anything passed, people should pass it immediately because it's pissing them off. Okay, cheat, and that's what it's about. It fucks their cheating up.
I think this is gonna get taken down, Irate.
Why not? You think I'm gonna get yeeted?
I didn't say that.
You don't.
And I didn't say I enjoy.
You mean tomorrow?
I'm just saying, like, I enjoy. I like rode in a helicopter once, and it was great. Just saying. We didn't throw anyone out or anything, but
what? I'm so lost.
I think I can dig what Sugar's saying. It's no, I know exactly what you mean, right? It's obviously it's socialist trying to usurp this country. And
Just saying, I like helicopter rides. That's all. Like I was on one. It was great. You guys, like, it was fantastic. It was like a great view. It went really high, and it was like.
What'd the communist sound like when he hit the ground? Oops.
Irate.
Snap.
You're not supposed to say that part.
I said the part out loud, didn't I?
I just said I like helicopter rides. Okay, that's
I'm
all.
just saying.
I just had a good time. Okay.
It's not to be confused with a mustache ride. Just saying.
I love Irate's flamboyant, effeminate voice. I say that all the time, but it's so funny.
It's not flamboyant or feminine. It's fucking Brian Stelter. Get it right. I mean, for God's sakes. Super potato. Just like what we're gonna do is I got to do this to do that, and let's see.
I still have Lita Ford in my head.
Yeah, Dora and Pesh, the better of the two.
Say that again, Mad Metal Man. I couldn't hear it.
Oh, I said no, Doro Pesh, the superior one of the two hottest ladies in 80s metal, Lita Ford, and obviously Doro Pesh.
Mad Metal Man, you were here earlier when I was talking about how I've had Lita Ford in my head for like a week, and I love it, but it's getting to the point where I'm like, it's been in my head too long, and it's like getting on my nerves.
I've had those songs.
Yeah, it's like a song you love, but then it's in your head for like a week, and you're like, just stop, please.
I was told once, I want to answer Zed's comment right there. And Uzi did too. But somebody told me once that I went downtown like a lesbian. Just saying.
Whoa.
Snap.
Whoa.
That's, yeah, right. Hello. All right. What are you saying? I'm saying the truth.
I love that you say went downtown, because like that's what I always say, like downtown area, going downtown, because it's like I'm a lady, you know what I mean? And there are certain things that I will not say publicly. So downtown is very general.
Well, I mean, you know,
but you know what I'm saying, you know?
Right, no,
Yeah, I like going downtown.
Everybody get in the car. We're going downtown. Just saying. Wow. Right? Shit. Oh, man. All
Y'all
right.
are the best.
Well, thank you. I like being good at something. Oh, Lordy. Lordy. This is fun, man. All right, so it is right at the top of the hour, and you know what we do, fam? Right, if you're in YouTube, it's time to hit Twitch, DLive or Odyssey. But I prefer Twitch, man. I think what we need to start doing is maybe just funneling there, because I don't know, there's opportunities with Twitch and shit. They sent me this thing about it being an affiliate and stuff. So I don't know, man. I don't know if I want to do that.
You can't say retard.
Right, and I can't multi-stream at the same time. So there's
you can't say shrimp.
Scrimp.
What?
Yeah, shrimp.
Why can't you say shrimp?
Without the H and the R. I don't know, because it hurts their feelings, I guess.
Shrimp?
All the people.
Shim?
All the people.
Sounds like a bunch of simpy retards
Yeah,
to me.
simp.
Oh,
You can't say
simp.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because it hurts.
You can't say simp.
It hurts the feelings of all like the neckbeards that are like giving all their money to like these cat girl thoughts on Twitch. I guess.
Oh my god, that's.
It is what it is, right?
It is what it is. Absolutely.
Right.
Like like.
I know who not to trust.
If you're gonna go all out. Like don't be in denial of what you are.
Don't be in denial of what you are. No, that I am.
Oh my god.
I sound like I run a convenience store now or something.
Right? Oh, Lordy. Is it
Maybe own a motel.
Twitter.tv or twitter.com. I can't remember.
It's .tv.
No, it's twitch.tv.
Twitch.tv.
Twitter.com. Right.
Aren't y'all banned from Twitter right now anyway?
I'm surprised it's not already a thing.
You got banned from Twitter?
Thing?
No, I said aren't all y'all banned from Twitter right now anyway? I'm just being funny.
You can just watch people tweet. You know?
Yeah, it's on the.
I've never
been
banned from Twitter.
I've never been banned from Twitter, but I don't ever post up that much.
Yeah, just watch.
I think that's the key.
I just watch all the tweeting.
The tweeties. It'd be like, yeah, it sounds like an award show.
All right, so I'm gonna throw the link to Twitch right here. Yeah,
We should have like a fake award show night and give out awards to like.
Well, we can't call it the Streamies,
best and
because
the
that's
worst
YouTube's thing.
tweets.
We're gonna call them the Creamies.
The creamies, yeah.
The Creamies.
I love the creamies.
Live from the gulag.
I have a feeling that an adult type entertainment business
probably
/ website may have that already.
They can sue me. Fuck them. Did you say Billie Eilish said that porn fucked her mind up? And it's like, okay.
Yeah.
So that's what did it. So that's what did it.
What do you ever think about that? 'Cause that's
She said she'd been watching porn since she was 11.
Well, that's bad
That's
parenting, you know, like.
Dude, it sounds a little bit
She
like
ha-
pizza
She has
time.
an older brother.
Yes.
Well,
Her parents
this
probably
is the
didn't
girl.
all of it, you know.
Oh,
Well, she also has an older
know.
brother that dated someone that looked like her,
I've
and people
seen
were saying
that.
it's weird.
Yeah, and she did look like her.
Yeah.
Dude.
Well, her story actually reminds me of like my story before about like trying to like understand yourself and when you're growing up and like your sexuality and stuff. And if you don't have parents that are like watching you and like how can they watch everything that you're doing all the time? I don't know. And I don't know how she accessed that porn at 11, but
Yeah.
she was clearly trying to
They
like
use
figure.
cameras.
Sorry, what did you say?
So cameras. That's how you keep track of what your kids are doing. Cameras.
Oh.
I mean, okay, like if
No.
I would,
What you doing, man?
I'm not gonna have cameras on my 11-year-old.
Yeah, no way.
But
Yeah, no shit.
yeah, but just like it reminds me of me. Like you're trying to figure out who you are, and she like didn't know anything about sex and just discovering it. And like, just a shout out to anyone who has kids. Like, they figure stuff out pretty early, I guess. So maybe pay attention to your kids.
Yeah, but it's also like how comfortable are they to talk to you? And I know this might be more of a more modern concept of I want to make sure my child trusts me enough to come to me with weird things, because that's how a way of kind of knowing what they're up to. Because if your kid is like, you know what, I know that my parents aren't going to do something bad if I get in trouble, or if I have like a weird question, or I'm going through stuff. I think that's one of the best ways to parent a kid, because then you're like, okay, I know what they're into for the most part, and then anything that's like they're getting, any other shenanigans won't be as dangerous as some of the other stuff, because they'll come to me with the serious topics.
Yeah, dude.
And
I think
hopefully
there's, like,
that's
this-
enough.
I think there's this like weird balance between like teaching them about sex and hiding it from them at the same time.
All right, let's finish this conversation on Twitch. All right, so
Yeah, sorry.
I don't want to sound like a dick saying it. All right, and Z, I'll give you the answer to your question on Twitch. All right, and Matt, let's just put the Odyssey link if you're down with that. All right, so thank you very much. I appreciate that. Asherella, what you got coming up?
Videos on my channel, original Asherella, and then Sundays on Twitch, Kino and Commentary at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Bubonic For You channel. And that's me and Shigon and Bubonic and Object of Hate. And I think this week we're watching This is Spinal Tap, so you don't want to miss it.
Oh, dude. I have so much. Yeah, I know so much about that movie. All right, she gone?
I'm going to do just what ASHERELLA said. I mean, watch this Spinal Tap with us, please.
Mr. Roasted,
Yeah.
what have you got coming? Roasted.
Roasty.
He's muted right now, so.
He is muted, isn't he? He's muted.
Yeah, it's because I'm not smart enough to hit the unmute.
It's okay.
I hit the push to talk and talk away and
Dude,
wonder why nobody can hear me.
I'm super boomer, dude. You know me. So, and I think Google boomered this shit tonight. Just saying.
I think the only thing that I've got coming lately is, enjoying a little bit of time off.
Nice. Yes.
Because maybe if I say that I'm enjoying time off, I'll actually, put together a video and put it up on my channel.
Well, maybe we need to hang out and do something just live in the next week or two. All right. Just do a little spontaneous thing, and we'll just maybe jam or look at model making videos of tanks. So,
possibly.
Yeah. You check out the Mech Prawn. I put in a new one. This Russian dude that I'm a big fan of. I've been watching this dude make models and weather them for about 3 years now. And he's a killer. Anyway.
Yeah, it's a nice diorama. It's a nice diorama.
It is killer, isn't it? Sorlina, where you be?
I will be tomorrow on Minions of the Zoo. It's the
Yes.
Harry Channel's stream night, so you'll find me there. Before that, though, I'll be gaming 7 Days to Die. I think we're playing again tomorrow, so that is someone will randomly be streaming it either on Twitch or on YouTube.
And remember,
I'm not sure who will stream it.
you might want to check out the Harry channel on Minions tomorrow night, because he is God's gift to women. That's what he told me. So, the guy, I gotta love him, man. He's a very, very cool dude. Very mellow. Metal Man, what do you got coming up, dude?
I'm actually sitting here trying to mix down some music while I'm talking to y'all. So
Sweet.
Keep an ear out, I guess.
That's okay. All right, and Trippy, what you got coming?
Yeah. Oh, tomorrow. Yeah, I'll be streaming tomorrow, and we're gonna watch the South Park post-pandemic special, or post-pandemic. My fault. Post-pandemic special tomorrow, episode 2 of that shit. We're gonna watch that in my Discord before my stream.
Oh, it's a series?
Well, I'm not sure. I think it's only
Maybe a mini series.
Yeah, and I've only seen the first one, so it might just be like a two episode done kind of thing. I'm not sure.
Okay.
But it's South Park, and it's supposed to take place after the pandemic.
All right. Well, Sunday I'm going to be talking with Outlaw 4115 or 4115 or 4115. The Outlaw himself, the man who draws them damn skulls that are awesome as fuck. All right.
Awesome.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
And on that
I
note,
like a good skull.
all right, it's time to go to Twitch. I'm going to tell how I got the name Irate Prostate, how I gave myself that name. Just saying. All right, fam. So we're ending the stream now. Everybody say goodbye.
Bye.
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 Bad bye.